There's never been a day in my life where I haven't wanted to go to work. And I just absolutely love the job, I love the profession, I love the people. So I have not had to work a day in my life.
After 40 years of being a professional engineer, Greg Clausen is retiring from his job as Greater Sudbury's General Manager of Infrastructure Services. Northern Life reporter Darren McDonald sat down with Clausen to talk about his accomplishments and to get his opinion on the city's infrastructure.
You know, there's just a lot of frustration in the community about the state of infrastructure. I wonder if you can give me a perspective or your perspective on how we got here. How did we get so far behind in maintaining our city?
As soon as you build something today, it starts to deteriorate tomorrow. And then there's a useful life expectancy on all your infrastructure. Generally, for a road structure, it's a 20-year life. Bridges would be a 50-year life. Sewer and water systems are generally, 40, 50 years was what you would get out of a normal road, sewer and water system, your plants and stuff of that nature. Well, if you had to do all the math, all of the infrastructure that's been built since the Second World War is now becoming of age where it should be replaced. And you can't afford to build to last forever because you could never afford it. And everybody would agree that our roads are not in the condition we'd like them in right now. And that it largely is a result of with all the growth that we've had over the years and lack of funding to maintain them to the levels. And again, that's not unique to Sudbury. I don't care where you drive, nobody's got good roads all over the place. We need to spend $700 million right now, tomorrow, to get all of our roads up to a satisfactory condition. We need to double what we're currently spending forever to keep up with the infrastructure that we currently have in place. And that doesn't include growth. In the roads capital 10-year plan, based on the report that we're producing, is going to show that we need to spend twice the amount of money that we're currently spending in roads just to maintain the existing infrastructure. The Rock Tunnel was a huge project, that the sewer systems in the south end of the city were all at capacity. And what basically meant is that unless we put in new sanitary sewers or found a way to collect the sewage, we were going to have to stop development in the south end of the city. So we went to council back in 2005 and said, basically, here's the options. You build more sewers, bigger sewers, or you go in and put a rock tunnel in. But so the initial costs of the rock tunnel were more than a sewer system. But number one, with the rock tunnel, there was virtually zero impact on the existing businesses and residences and road system. So when you look at your ongoing maintenance costs, and you build a rock tunnel, it's there for life. You don't have to go in there on a 30 or 40 year basis and replace sewers, which you would with your conventional system. So when you look at your total life costs, the rock tunnel was the best way to go. But that was a huge project. That was over $30 million. We're gearing up to do Maley Drive. We've just about got the engineering design completed. The tenders are all ready to call. The city has committed their 1/3 of funds, and now we're just waiting for the province and the feds to come up with their third. And if they gave me the green light today, I could call tenders tomorrow. And that project, if you go back and read the traffic reports back to 1980, was the #1 project that needed to be done. This is desperately needed for the city of Sudbury, because right now all that traffic that we've got on LaSalle and the Kingsway, we've got to get that off of the LaSalle and Kingsway, because #1, it's creating safety issues, and #2, it's just wearing out those other roads because they're not designed and built for that heavy volume of truck traffic.
Now, for someone who's so busy, do you have plans on what you're going to do after you retire? Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are shocked after this.
Okay, well, as of right now, I have nothing in concrete. My goal for the last year is to get through the last year and try to not leave any loose ends around, but I'm sure there's going to be lots of loose ends, but I'll try not to leave anything in a situation that somebody else comes in and inherits a problem. I'll try to clean up those loose ends. But I'll have 5 grandkids in the very near future, so I want to spend more time with them. I want to spend more time with my wife, who I've ignored for the last 40 years.
After you finish here on Friday the 13th, what are you going to miss the most, do you think, about coming to work every day?
People.
People?
I work with a phenomenal bunch of people that care deeply for this community. And it doesn't matter who you talk to, they're there to help. Like I used the analogy from my public works days and operations. Whenever there was a snowstorm, we never had to call the employees. They all automatically came out to work. Whenever we have a water main break, they're there. Doesn't matter whether it's 30 below in January or 30 above in July, they're there. You know, every day of the week you open, as I used to say, you open the barn doors and the garbage trucks used to leave, and then they came home and the job was done. And that's the type of people we have in the public works department, especially. I feel in the city as a whole, that they're there, they're dedicated, they care about the community, they want to do a good job because it's their community. They take great pride in what they do, and in my opinion, they do a damn good job.